Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Turkish ebook before it's gone.
Herkese merhaba. Ben Seda. Hoş geldiniz. Welcome to Turkish Class 101.com. Nasılsınız? Today we will talk about family culture in Turkish. Aile kültürü. Okay, first, today I will start a little differently. Before talking about the culture, I will give you some idioms, some sentences about family to give you a gist of how we perceive family, okay? Etle tırnak ayrılmaz. Etle tırnak ayrılmaz. You cannot separate nail and cuticle. This means like siblings are like nail and cuticles, and it doesn't matter how hard they fight, they are destined to be together. Another one. Cennet anaların ayakları altındadır. Cennet anaların ayakları altındadır. Heaven is under the feet of mothers. This glorifies motherhood, as you can guess. Another one, this is an interesting one, let me check. Baş kırılır, börk içinde kalır. Kol kırılır, yen içinde kalır. Baş kırılır, börk içinde, kol kırılır, yen içinde. This is a little harder to translate. It means when you have a problem in the family, you don't talk about it outside the family. It's like a mafia in Italian movies. Anyway, it literally means if you break your head, it stays in the Turkic traditional head. And if you break your arm, it stays in the fur. So nobody sees it, that you broke somewhere. As you can see, it is from nomadic Turkish times. Now people only say kol kırılır, yen içinde kalır. And I don't think a lot of Turkish people know what yen and börk is. These are not regular daily life vocabulary. Börk is a traditional Turkic hat from before the Ottoman times actually. And yen is a coat made of animal fur while they were hunting and blah blah blah. And I think these were to give you an idea of traditional Turkish family matters. I will explain further. However, I have to say these will be generalizations. Everybody is different, and there are all kinds of families out there. We have 80 million people living in this country. And with modern life, I think all families around the world look very similar to each other, like having less kids, commuting between work and home, dealing with modern day life, adopting animals, living in smaller apartments, and so on. Okay, now let's start. Yasa, law. Yasa. Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Anayasasına göre aile Türk toplumunun temelidir. Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Anayasasına göre aile Türk toplumunun temelidir ve eşler arasında eşitliğe dayanır. According to the Constitution of Republic of Turkey, the family is the foundation of Turkish society and is based on equality between spouses. The civil law got updated years ago about equality between spouses. Before this update, the husband was seen as the head of the household. But right now, both spouses are equal in every aspect of marriage legally. Türk aile yapısı. Turkish family structure. Türk aile yapısı. For Turkish people, family is still the most important social institution. Although divorce rates are getting higher and higher, Traditional family structure are still the basis of society. Sorry. In rural areas, large families are more common. What I mean is like families are more crowded with more kids and aunts, uncles, grandparents all living together. But in big cities, generally families are made of like kids and parents. Okay? Saygı, respect. Saygı. There's a series, Turkish series called Saygı. Aile büyüklerine saygı Türkler için çok önemlidir. Aile büyüklerine saygı Türkler için çok önemlidir. Respect to elders are very important to Turkish people. Married couples move out to start their own families in their separate houses in big cities especially, but they do take care of their parents in old age. Old age houses, yaşlı bakım evleri, they are not very common in Turkey. We have some, of course, but generally families take care of each other through thick and thin. And this is actually both ways. Parents of young adults also help out the new couple, sometimes by cooking for them, cleaning for them, taking care of grandchildren, even helping out with money and other stuff. I mean, in general, family bonds are very strong and always there, and moving out doesn't change much. Okay, the next title is Ailedeki Roller. Roles of family members. Ailedeki roller. Generally, the family lives close to each other, and that's how they help each other out. And although the traditional families, there are gender-based roles, in younger generations, these roles fade away. In younger generations, both man and woman work so that they earn their own money, and they spend it together, they raise their kids together, and although it's much more equal from the previous generations, taking care of the kids and the house is generally on the woman. And sometimes even though the woman also has a full-time job, she also takes care of the house and the children. So there's a long way to accomplish full equality between genders in real life. And in more traditional families, the husband is the breadwinning member of the home, and while the woman takes care of the household and the children. And in most traditional houses, even the girls in the family are treated different than the boys, where boys have more freedom. As I said before, modern lifetimes has made changes in traditional family culture. Women participate more in economic activities outside the home, but unfortunately, as I stated before, this has added extra burden on the woman, and not all men helps out with the domestic chores, so woman has to do it all. Hopefully this will get better in the future with each new generation. Bayramlar, seyranlar, feasts. We talked about this before. Even though we have different religions in Turkey, most people are Muslim, and religious Muslim holidays are celebrated very similar. We have two religious holidays, bayrams, Ramazan and Kurban. Although there are differences in celebration of these festivals, religiously, culturally they are celebrated very, very similar, I think, in every home, with a huge bayram meal, visiting relatives, visiting parents, visiting grandparents, and enjoying each other's company. Akrabalar, relatives. Turkish people are very into relatives. I don't know how to explain this, but we have lots and lots of relatives, cousins and cousins and cousins, and all relatives from both sides, the fathers and the mothers, are considered as part of the family. And it's not uncommon to have like dozens of uncles, aunts, cousins all together. And let me give you some vocabulary on the family members. Kuzen, cousin, kuzen, Kuzen. Kuzenimi çok seviyorum. I love my cousin very much. Kuzenimi çok seviyorum. Kuzenimi çok seviyorum. Amca. Amca. Paternal uncle. We have different uncles. Paternal, maternal. Paternal uncle, amca. Amcam babamdan kısa. My paternal uncle is shorter than my father. Amcam babamdan kısa. Dayı. Maternal uncle. Dayı. Dayı. Benim dayım yok. I don't have a maternal uncle. Benim dayım yok. Teyze. Maternal aunt. Teyze. Teyze, anne yarısıdır. Maternal aunt is half of a mother. Teyze, anne yarısıdır. This is actually an idiom, by the way. It's people say this. Teyze, annenin yarısıdır. Hala. Paternal aunt. Hala. Hala. Hala. Halam Amerika'dan geliyor. My paternal aunt is coming from US. Halam Amerika'dan geliyor. Okay, let's keep going. This one is sometimes weird to people from Western world, but display of affection between family members is very common. We are like touchy people, we hug, we kiss, we ask, we question, and like Turkish people can be found too much involved. And we love to ask about family, even in business meetings. So don't feel weird if you are like talking business with a Turkish person and get asked about your spouse or kids or parents even. And you can get asked if you think about marrying or having kids or about your parents, and this is normal. Talking about family is like a conversation starter for us. So don't get offended or something like that. Just answer as much as you want. Okay, food. Food. Yemek. Food is part of our culture. I think most of the cultures. But even the food culture is maybe a little different than the Western countries, a little. Even in younger generations, cooking at home is very common. We love home-cooked meals and we are ready to prepare it. If a newly couple is very busy working outside home, their parents can help out with the cooking. Of course, eating out or ordering in is an option, but it's more like a special occasion than a daily, regular activity. This is not the way we eat generally. As I said before, these are generalizations, but mostly true. Okay, I'm done for now. We have different videos about weddings, funerals, holidays, food and stuff. And you can get the idea of Turkish society by watching them all. So what do you think? Which parts are similar to your culture or very different than yours? And tell your nationality and write about your own culture in the comments. I love seeing comments from all over the world. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Görüşmek üzere, hoşça kalın. Kendinize iyi bakın.
Restaurant. Restaurant. Restoran. Restoran. Restaurant. Burası gerçekten birinci sınıf bir restoran. This is really a first class restaurant. Burası gerçekten birinci sınıf bir restoran. Kafe. Kafe. Kafe. Kafe. Kafe. Bu kafeyi deneyelim mi? Daha yeni açıldı. Shall we try this cafe? It's just opened. Bu kafeyi deneyelim mi? Daha yeni açıldı. Pastane. Patisserie. Pastane. Pastane. Patisserie. Pastaneye uğrayalım mı? Shall we stop by a patisserie? Pastaneye uğrayalım mı? Bar. Bar. Bar. Bar. Bar. Bu barı seviyorum. I like this bar. Bu barı seviyorum. Mobilya. Furniture. Mobilya. Mobilya. Furniture. Yangından sonra bütün mobilyalarımızı yenilemek zorunda kaldık. We had to replace all of our furniture after the fire. Yangından sonra bütün mobilyalarımızı yenilemek zorunda kaldık. Çimen. Grass. Çimen. Çimen. Grass. Yaban domuzları çimen yiyor. The wild boars are chewing the grass. Yaban domuzları çimen yiyor. Toprak. Soil. Toprak. Toprak. Soil. Toprak kuraklık yüzünden çatladı. The soil cracked due to the drought. Toprak kuraklık yüzünden çatladı. Çamur. Dirt. Çamur. Çamur. Dirt. Bebek fil hayvanat bahçesinde çamurla oynuyor. The baby elephant is playing with dirt in the zoo. Bebek fil hayvanat bahçesinde çamurla oynuyor. Kaya. Rock. Kaya. Kaya. Rock. Peri bacalarına oyulmuş olan kaya kiliseleri çok ilginçtir. The rock churches carved into the fairy chimneys are very interesting. Peri bacalarına oyulmuş olan kaya kiliseleri çok ilginçtir. Ağaç. Tree. Ağaç. Ağaç. Tree. Bahçede 8 ağaç var. There are 8 trees in the garden. Bahçede 8 ağaç var. Taoizm. Taoizm. Taoizm. Taoizm. Taoizm. Taoizm ayrıca Daoizm olarak da bilinir. Taoism also known as Daoism. Taoizm ayrıca Daoizm olarak da bilinir. Kitab-ı Mukaddes. Bible. Kitab-ı Mukaddes. Kitab-ı Mukaddes. Bible. Kitab-ı Mukaddes, uygarlık tarihinin en çok satan kitabıdır. The Bible is the best-selling book in the history of civilization. Kitab-ı Mukaddes, uygarlık tarihinin en çok satan kitabıdır. Kur'an, Kur'an, Kur'an, Kur'an, Kur'an. Kur'an, Müslümanların kutsal kitabıdır. The Quran is the holy book of the Muslim religion. Kur'an, Müslümanların kutsal kitabıdır. Rahip, priest, rahip, rahip, priest. Rahipten tavsiye aldı. He got advice from a priest. Rahipten tavsiye aldı. Yahudilik, Judaism, Yahudilik, Yahudilik, Judaism. Yahudilik 3000 yıldan fazla bir zamandır mevcut. Judaism has been practiced for over 3000 years. Yahudilik 3000 yıldan fazla bir zamandır mevcut. 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000. Bu kilise 1000 yıl önce kurulmuştu. This church was built 1000 years ago. Bu kilise 1000 yıl önce kurulmuştu. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. 2000 dolar tutuyor. It costs $2,000. 2000 dolar tutuyor. 8000, 8000, 8000, 8000, 8000. O kasabada 8000 insan yaşıyor. 8,000 people live in that village. O kasabada 8000 insan yaşıyor. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Kasabanın nüfusu 10,000. The population of the town is 10,000. Kasabanın nüfusu 10,000. 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Stadyum 4,000 metrekare. Stadyum is 4,000 square meters. Stadyum 4,000 metrekare. Ev sahibi. Landlord. Ev sahibi. Ev sahibi. Landlord. Kardeşimin ev sahibi çek kabul etmeyecektir. My brother's landlord will not accept a check. Kardeşimin ev sahibi çek kabul etmeyecektir. Yurt. Dormitory. Yurt. Yurt. Dormitory. Kolejdeyken 4 yıl boyunca yurtta kaldım. I lived in dormitory for all 4 years of college. Kolejdeyken 4 yıl boyunca yurtta kaldım. Apartman binası. Apartment building. Apartman binası. Apartman binası. Apartment building. Bu apartman binasında 24 daire var. There are 24 apartments in this apartment building. Bu apartman binasında 24 daire var. Şehir. City. Şehir. Şehir. City. Bergama eski çağlarda önemli bir şehir merkeziydi. Pergamon was an important city center during ancient times. Bergama eski çağlarda önemli bir şehir merkeziydi. Tarla. Farm. Tarla. Tarla. Farm. Keçiler tarlada oynuyorlar. The goats are playing on the farm. Keçiler tarlada oynuyorlar. Tsunami. Tsunami. Tsunami. Tsunami. Tsunami. Tsunami şehri vurdu. The tsunami hit the city. Tsunami şehri vurdu. Çığ. Avalanche. Çığ. Çığ. Avalanche. Çığ kayak merkezini yok etti ama neyse ki kimse yaralanmadı. The avalanche destroyed the ski resort but luckily nobody was hurt. Çığ kayak merkezini yok etti ama neyse ki kimse yaralanmadı. Yangın. Fire. Yangın. Yangın. Fire. Dün gece caddenin karşısındaki binada yangın vardı. Last night, there was a fire in the building across the street. Dün gece caddenin karşısındaki binada yangın vardı. Deprem. Earthquake. Deprem. Deprem. Earthquake. Deprem yüzünden acil durum ilan edildi. A state of emergency was announced due to the earthquake. Deprem yüzünden acil durum ilan edildi. Kum fırtınası. Sandstorm. Kum fırtınası. Kum fırtınası. Sandstorm. Kum fırtınası durdu. The sandstorm has touched down. Kum fırtınası durdu. Eldiven. Glove. Eldiven. Eldiven. Glove. Lütfen eldivenleri giy. Please put on gloves. Lütfen eldivenleri giy. Şemsiye. Umbrella. Şemsiye. Şemsiye. Umbrella. Benim bir şemsiyem yok ve yağmur yağıyor. I don't have an umbrella and it's raining. Benim bir şemsiyem yok ve yağmur yağıyor. Şapka. Hat. Şapka. Şapka. Hat. Kırmızı bir fular o şapka ile iyi görünür. A red scarf would look nice with that hat. Kırmızı bir fular O şapka ile iyi görünür. Uzun kollu. Long sleeved. Uzun kollu. Uzun kollu. Long sleeved. Uzun kollu gömlekler soğuk havalar için iyi. Long sleeve shirts are good for cold weather. Uzun kollu gömlekler soğuk havalar için iyi. Kısa kollu. Short sleeved. Kısa kollu. Kısa kollu. Short sleeved. Kısa kollu tişörtler hava ılıkken daha iyidir. Short sleeved shirts are better when it's warm. Kısa kollu tişörtler hava ılıkken daha iyidir. Ağrılı. Painful. Ağrılı. Ağrılı. Painful. Deniz anası ısırığı çok ağrılıdır. Jellyfish sting is very painful. Deniz anası ısırığı çok ağrılıdır. Utangaç. Shy. Utangaç. Utangaç. Shy. Ben utangacım. I am shy. Ben utangacım. Gergin. Nervous. Gergin. Gergin. Nervous. Yeni insanlarla tanışmak onu gergin yapıyor. Meeting new people makes him nervous. Yeni insanlarla tanışmak onu gergin yapıyor. Heyecanlı. Excited. Heyecanlı. Heyecanlı. Excited. Bebek heyecanlı. The baby is excited. Bebek heyecanlı. Utanmak. Embarrassed. Utanmak. Utanmak. Embarrassed. Utandığımda yüzüm kızarır. My face turns red when I'm embarrassed. Utandığımda yüzüm kızarır. Taşra. Country. Taşra. Taşra. Country. Taşra'da büyük bir evleri var. They have a big house in the country. Taşra'da büyük bir evleri var. Köy. Village. Köy. Köy. Village. Ben küçük bir köyde büyüdüm. I grew up in a small village. Ben küçük bir köyde büyüdüm. Kasaba. Town. Kasaba. Kasaba. Town. Kasabanın nüfusu 10.000. The population of the town is 10,000. Kasabanın nüfusu 10.000. Banlieue. Suburb. Banlieue. Banlieue. Suburb. O şehirde çalışıyor ama banliyöde yaşıyor. He works in the city, but he lives in the suburbs. O şehirde çalışıyor ama banliyöde yaşıyor. Oda, room, oda, oda, room. Odam küçük. My room is small. Odam küçük. Yanık, burn, yanık, yanık, burn. O sol eline kaynar su döktü ve 2. dereceden yanıkları var. She spilled boiling water on her left hand and has a 2nd degree burn. O sol eline kaynar su döktü ve 2. dereceden yanıkları var. Satranç, chess, satranç, satranç, chess. Satranç bir strateji ve konsantrasyon oyunudur. Chess is a game of strategy and concentration. Satranç bir strateji ve konsantrasyon oyunudur. Dil, language, dil, dil, language. Korece resmi dildir. Korean is the official language. Korece resmi dildir. Kurutmak, blow dry. Kurutmak, kurutmak, blow dry. Sabah saçlarımı kuruturum. I blow dry my hair every morning. Sabah saçlarımı kuruturum. Dövüş sanatları, martial arts. Dövüş sanatları, dövüş sanatları, martial arts. Bizim dövüş sanatları hocamız 25 yıldır çalışıyor. Our martial arts instructor has practiced for 25 years. Bizim dövüş sanatları hocamız 25 yıldır çalışıyor. Memnun, satisfied, memnun, memnun, satisfied. Adam memnun. The man is satisfied. Adam memnun. Sakin, calm, sakin, sakin, calm. Okyanus sakin. The ocean is calm. Okyanus sakin. Taramak, calm. Taramak, taramak, comb. Köpeğimi her gün tararım. I comb my dog every day. Köpeğimi her gün tararım. Gargara yapmak, gargle. Gargara yapmak. Gargara yapmak. Gargle. Günde birkaç defa gargara yaparım. I gargle several times a day. Günde birkaç defa gargara yaparım. Memnuniyetsizlik. Dissatisfied. Memnuniyetsizlik. Memnuniyetsizlik. Dissatisfied. Adam üründen memnuniyetsiz. The man is dissatisfied with the product. Adam üründen memnuniyetsiz. 5.000 5,000 5.000 5.000 5,000 Bu kitap birkaç gün içinde 5.000 adet sattı. This book sold 5,000 copies within a few days. Bu kitap birkaç gün içinde 5.000 adet sattı. 3.000 3,000 3.000 3.000 3,000 Peru'da 3.000'den fazla patates çeşidi var. In Peru, more than 3,000 types of potatoes exist. Peru'da 3.000'den fazla patates çeşidi var. 6.000 6,000 6.000 6.000 6,000 Yunanistan'da 6.000 civarında ada var. There are around 6,000 islands in Greece. Yunanistan'da 6.000 civarında ada var. 7.000 7,000 7.000 7.000 7,000 7.000 albüm sattı. She sold 7,000 albums. 7.000 albüm sattı. 9.000 9,000 9.000 9.000 9,000 Ülkeden 9.000 asker çekildi. 9,000 troops withdrew from the country. Ülkeden 9.000 asker çekildi.
Herkese merhaba. Welcome to turkishclass101.com. Ben Seda. Nasılsınız? Her şey yolunda mı? Okay. Today we will talk about top 10 fast food in Turkey. Okay, I have other videos where I talk about Turkish food. You can check it out in the channel. But before I start with the content, I need to explain something. Turkish cuisine is pretty rich, and we have so many variety of food when it comes to food choices. And from vegan to vegetarian, from fast and to slow cooked meals. And this is not because of the modern food trends where, for example, in the US you see different types of diets and restaurants align with these diet culture. But it's not like that in Turkey. This is our normal. We normally have a variety of food. You wouldn't see fast food stores like vegetarian stores, things like that, but you'll definitely find any type of food you prefer. Of course, foreign brands like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, blah blah blah are also available in Turkey, but I'm strictly talking about Turkish food here. And also in big cities there are all kinds of restaurants like but the food I will be talking about will be the ones you can find everywhere in Turkey, even in small villages. Okay, enough with the intro. Let's get started, okay? Okay, one more thing. You may be surprised not to see certain types of food in the lists. For example, döner. Because I talk about those in top 10 street foods. So street foods are fundamentally fast food. So I didn't want to repeat myself, so I choose different foods. And you can check the other video for the street foods, okay? Okay, the first one in our list is köfte ekmek. Köfte ekmek. Köfte, it's a meatball And Turkish cuisine has a rich variety of meatballs. But there's one type, we call it tükürük köftesi. Tükürük köftesi. I will translate this, don't get shocked. It is a spit, saliva meatball. It's an urban legend that the chef, which is generally a guy with it outside the street with a grill stand, spits his hands to be quick with making the meatballs. That's not the case, of course, hopefully. I hope so. Somehow, those outside grilled meatballs are always the most delicious ones. This is a street flavor that creates long queues with smell rising from the grill in front of the stadium after a football match or the exit of a concert, something like that. I remember we had a stand across my school when I was like 8, 9, and sometimes we would go out and buy it for lunch. Oh my god, that was so tasty, the best meatball ever. So basically this is a grilled meatball inside a fresh Turkish bread and some greens and onions in it. You should definitely try if you see one. Okay, the number 2 is ıslak burger. Islak burger. This you can translate as wet burger. It is like a regular burger, but they dip the crispy buns in some kind of garlicky tomato sauce, so it's wet. And it is served to you like hot and dripping. It drips literally. And they sell this in buffet type of restaurants, like buffet restaurants. And these buffet types of restaurants generally are very small and always sell fast food. You can grab your food and go, or just sit outside on a small table or a high chair. Anyway, the most famous ıslak burger is in Taksim region of Istanbul. You should try if you go to Taksim. Okay, number 3 is dürüm. Dürüm is like a Turkish wrap or burrito. It can be vegan or meat wrap, chicken, lamb, beef served inside the dürüm. And sometimes you can find çiğ köfte dürüm as well. And they put the main ingredient and then some greens and onions and lavash bread. Lavash bread is very thin, flat bread, and dürüm is very common fast food that you can find anywhere, literally. Anyway, the number 4 is lahmacun. Lahmacun. You can say this is a Turkish pizza, although they make the vegan version of lahmacun. The real deal is with the red mince meat. The very name of lahmacun is coming from Arabic, meaning a dough mixed with meat, so you get the picture. Anyway, this dish is very thin, flat and crispy. It's quickly made and served with lemon, some greens and onions, and sometimes tomatoes. And I noticed we add onions everywhere. Anyhow, you add the greens and tomatoes and squeeze the lemon on, and you roll it like a wrap, like this. Then eat it like a burrito with your hands, like that. So you got to try that on your next trip to Turkey. Okay. Number 5 is menemen. Menemen is an egg dish actually, and generally a breakfast item, but it also eaten as a quick lunch dish. It is basically a scrambled eggs cooked softly with onions, peppers, paprika, and some herbs. And generally, most restaurants have menemen on their menu, so it is fast and tasty dish. The number 6 is pide. This is also kind of a pizza. We can say it's a Turkish patty, and it's made like patties from a well-kneaded dough, and it can have a different ingredient in the middle. It can be with cheese, with meat, with cheese and meat, with pastırma, beef, bacon, and so on. And all the kebab restaurants have this dish, kebapçı. You should try. Pide is one of the best. And number 7 is meze. This one is different than all the others because it's not like one dish. Meze is the name of a dish type. Meze is like appetizers. Especially when you drink rakı, you order a lot of meze before the main dish or in the fish restaurants. And meze has so many varieties and they are pre-cooked, cold dish, generally cold, so they are fast. You can just eat them without ordering anything. You don't feel heavy on your stomach, so you can ask for more than one serving of this dish without thinking much, and it's very healthy. From vegan to fish-based mezes, you'll have a variety of options. And the H one is çorba. Çorba, soup. This is basically soup. I know it doesn't sound like fast food, but it's the fast food for us. This is very basic, but a very common Turkish fast food, as I said. Every restaurant has a daily soup in their menu. Generally one of these. The ezogelin, mercimek, domates. Ezogelin is a mix with lentil and bulgur, and domates soup is like tomato soup, and mercimek is like lentil. And they are generally very cheap, very healthy, and very fast. And we have so many other varieties, and Turkish people, I think, love their soup. You should definitely try. Either, any type of soup will be perfect. We even have soup restaurants, just soups. Okay, the next one is gözleme. Gözleme is a fast food which is similar to a crepe. It's a flat bread that is filled with cheese, meat, potato, some vegetables inside. It's cooked on gözleme sacı, something like a waffle plate, but it's big and actually very fun to watch it when it's getting cooked. In some places, you see women on the floor opening the dough and cooking gözleme on that plate. Anyhow, the last one, the 10th one, is piliç çevirme. Piliç çevirme. This is basically rotisserie chicken. You can buy the whole chicken cooked. It doesn't even have to be a restaurant. Sometimes the butchers sell it cooked, They have special ovens for the chicken with long sticks, and they put the chickens on the sticks and slowly cook it. And you see a lot of chickens side by side, and you just order one, and they wrap the whole chicken or half the chicken or less than half, I don't know how much you want. And then they wrap it, and you take the chicken home and you eat it, or you take the chicken with you and you eat it. It's slowly cooked. These rotisserie chickens are slowly cooked, but since they have a lot of slowly cooked, ready to take chickens on the special ovens, it is a fast food, but it's healthy. Okay, this was our top 10 list. And I don't know if you tried one of these. What did you think about these? Or which one would you like to try? Leave some comments and I will see you next time. Görüşürüz. Hoşça kalın. Welcome to turkishclass101.com. Okay. I shouldn't be, spending all my energy in the first second, right? Anyway, hoş geldiniz. Welcome. And today we will be talking about the last month of the year, December. Okay, we talked about a lot of months since then, and now we came to our last month. It's finally here. First of all, we need to learn the name of the month, December. Do you know it? Do you know it, guys? Do you know it? Yeah, it is Aralık. Hangi aydayız? Aralık. Which month we are in? Aralık. Hangi aydayız? Aralık. Aralık, formerly known as Kanuni Evvel, till 1945. It's a Turkish word. The old one was Ottoman Turkish, and it got its name because it was between the year we left behind and the new year. It literally means interval, like space gap. Aralık means this. So in colloquial language, it means the month that separates like 2 festivals, 2 seasons, and 2 years. So Aralık, which is also called Kara Kış, meaning like dark winter, because it causes cold winter nights. And it is also called like İlk Kış, Kazan Ay, Yarak, Tekir Ayı, and Sığır Goyan in the like local tongue. And you don't hear them like in the cities, but like villages you hear them a lot. So what do we have in Aralık? We have the 21st of December, the longest night, en uzun gece. En uzun gece is also known as kış gün dönümü. Kış gün dönümü. And as you may already know, on this day, like the shortest day and the longest night of the year are experienced, and from this day on, the nights get shorter and the days get longer. There's no special like public event on this day, no holiday or anything like that, but some schools, like especially kindergarten, acknowledge and celebrate this day, and some, middle schools and primary schools as well. And what else we have? Although like Turkish population is widely Muslim, at least it's said so, and Turkey has a Christian people as well. And actually the like earliest Christians used to live in the Asia Minor, Anatolia. We still have really old and fascinating churches all over the country. And also the Eastern Orthodox Church of Constantinople is in Istanbul. Constantinople is Istanbul, if you already know it. And because of its like historical location as the capital of the former Eastern Roman, like Byzantine Empire, and its role as the mother church of most modern Orthodox churches, Istanbul like holds a special place of honor within Orthodoxy Christians, and is regarded as a representative and spiritual leader of Eastern Orthodox Christians. So, Christmas is celebrated among Turkish Christians, but it is not celebrated on 25th of December, but January. The difference comes from using different calendars. Okay, now I didn't say what we have in December, I said what we don't have. So that's kind of funny. Okay, anyway, I can continue with what we have. We have the New Year's Eve, New Year's, like the last day of the year. It is of course on like 31st of December, but we have a like weird tradition. We celebrate New Year's Eve just like Christmas Eve. I know, it's like kinds of, sounds kind of strange and weird. And there are some like really religious Muslim people having problem with this. Really, it's a Christian tradition, they say, but it is what it is, and we do that and we love that. We get a Christmas tree, okay? Generally a fake one, not a real one. And we buy gifts for our like friends and family, and we put them under the tree and make a special dinner like New Year's dinner. We make turkey generally. It's like between Christmas and Thanksgiving Day, and we start counting backwards from 10 to 0 around 12 o'clock, and after it's past 12 o'clock, we exchange gifts. And in kindergarten, Santa Claus comes, the fake one, of course. Although the real Santa Claus is a real saint from Anatolia. Check him out. Anyway, so he brings gifts to the kids. You can see people in Santa Claus, but they're not here for Christmas, but it's New Year's Eve. It's not about Christianity, it's just the way we celebrate New Year's. Go figure. It's weird. I told you it's weird. We took the Thanksgiving and the Christmas traditions. What we love about them, we took them and we now do it during New Year's Day. So, what else do we have in Aralık? Nothing. We do have nothing, but it means like different things for different people because it's the end of the year. So there are like final exams for university students. They study and take their finals. Some finals are in January though, but most of them are in December. And it's the month of budget making for like white collar workers. It's the budget month. So that's not fun. And it's the counting the goods months for the like labor workers. So that's our last month of the year and the first month of winter. And we didn't talk about it. What is the word for winter? Do you know it? It's kış, one syllable. Kış, kış. And like it's like fun fact, but we do this sound to make someone go away. It's rude. It's a rude thing, so be careful to use it. But like it's like go away, go away. So it also means winter. I don't know. Anyway, so it's winter and there are no specific holidays in December. There are no religious holidays. If there are no religious holidays, there are no holidays. As I explained before, for religious holidays we use different calendar and the dates changes every year because the Islamic calendar uses a moon calendar and we follow a sun calendar. So normally it follows the stages of the moon, not the sun. So the dates move around the sun calendar, which we normally use. Anyway, if you want to take a vacation, there are a lot of like nice winter spots in Turkey. So I will give you 3 examples, okay? 3 places to go. First one is Bolu, Abant Gölü. Bolu, Abant Gölü. Abant Lake. It's a crater reservoir lake and formed on the like Abant Mountains around like 30-35 kilometers southwest of Bolu. And there are many hills in the park area with heights from like 1400s to 1700 meters. And Abant Lake has a fascinating beauty every month of the year, but especially during winter when it snows, it looks like magical. It's a really good place. There are a lot of hotels there, and it's if you're close to Bolu, it's a good place to go daily for sightseeing, or you can stay there, check in a hotel and stay there, spend the weekend, and enjoy the walk around the lake and enjoy the winter, the snow, if there's snow. The next one is Kapadokya, Nevşehir. This place is visited by local and foreign tourists throughout the year, but Cappadocia is a fascinating place that has emerged as a result of like thousands of years of like changes in nature, and it is absolutely amazing. You should definitely Google it. And you can take balloon tours, you can go hiking in Ürgüp, Göreme and like Avanos, also visit the ancient cave houses. And the most visited attractions include the underground sites of Göreme National Park. Right? There are like number of rock-cut churches, the oldest churches and like dwellings. It's amazing. And in 1985, Göreme National Park and the other rock sites in that area were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it is amazing. You should definitely see it. At least check it out online. And the last place is Kars, and you should take Doğu Express'i. Kars is a northern east city neighboring Armenia, and you can take the famous train to go there, which is Doğu Express'i, the Eastern Express. It's like in the novels. The Eastern Express is an express train line that goes to Ankara, Kırıkkale, Kayseri, Sivas, Erzincan, Erzurum, Kars direction, advancing on a line extending from west to the east, and it's total of like 1,300 kilometers, 310 kilometers, and it takes about 24-25 hours to reach Kars. And Kars, I know it sounds like cars, but it's Kars, is a very mixed place as a settlement at the juncture of Turkish, Armenian, Georgian, Kurdish, and Russian cultures. So you can see the mixed history, visit all the historical places, eat the amazing food there, and go back to your house. So that's all for the special days of Aralık. And again, weather. Weather. How is the weather? How is the weather in Aralık? Let's see. Mostly cold. Oops, because we are in the northern hemisphere. In some places it snows. In Mediterranean region it is warmer. But let's look at the regions a little bit closer. Let's go. Marmara region. The average temperature is 6.9. It was 9.3 in November 2021. The lowest was -7.5 in Balıkesir. The highest was 24.5 in Kocaeli. Asian region. The long-term average is 7.9. In 2021 it was 9. The lowest temperature was -15.3 in Afyonkarahisar, and the highest was 23.6 in Salihli. Mediterranean region, our warmer region, the average temperature is 8.9. It was 9.9 in 2021, and the lowest one -22.7 in Göksun. The highest was 24.2 in Gazipaşa. Central Anatolia region, the average temperature is 1.1. It was 2.4 in 2021. The lowest was -26.4. The highest was 18 in Nida. Black Sea region, the long-term average is 4.7. It was 6.8 in 2001. The lowest temperature was -14.1 in Kastamonu, and the highest was 27.1 in İnebolu. Eastern Anatolia region, this region is colder. The long-term average is -1.8. It was -1.1 in 2001, and the lowest temperature was -25. My God, in Ardahan, the highest temperature was 14.8 in 1. And Southern Anatolia region, the long-term average is 6.2. It was 7 in 2001. The lowest was -6.3 in Batman, and the highest was 21 and 1.1 in Ceylanpınar. Okay, welcome back. If you want to learn in detail weather information, if you're gonna visit Turkey, you should check the government site www.mgm.gov.tr, not the MGM, the movie company. Meteoroloji Genel Müdürlüğü. Okay, this was the weather. Guys, like, it freaks me out to see that the long-term, temperature is like at least 1 degree higher in every month, in every region. Global warming is really here. Anyway, that's all I can say about Aralık. Do you guys have any comments? Have you visited Turkey in Aralık? Where did you visit? Do you like this month? And what do you think? Which, region would you prefer? Would you go to like a little bit warmer Mediterranean area, or would you go to like skiing area? I didn't talk about them, but we have a lot of skiing places as well. And which would you like? I prefer like a little bit warmer weathers. I like snow, but not for like for 1-2 days, not too much. Anyway, If you want more content like this, click the link in the description and sign up for free at turkishclass101.com. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I will be here seeing you next time. Görüşürüz, hoşça kalın, kendinize iyi bakın.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.
Merhaba. Nasılsınız? Ben Seda and welcome to turkishclass101.com. Today we are going to talk about top newspapers in Turkey. Okay? So, are you guys ready for our topic? After this video, I hope you'll have a general view about Turkish newspapers, and you can read when your Turkish is good enough, you can start reading them. But first of all, let's look at the word newspaper in Turkish. It is gazete. Gazete. Gazete. I probably put it here. Gazete. Gazete. Do you see it? I never match the wording with my fingers. Does it sound familiar? Gazete. Okay. Before I start, it's a little bit harder to talk about this because I need to explain something first. Turkish politics is and has always been controversial. Always a lot of sides fighting over this and that and separating people actually to this and that. It doesn't matter what the separation is, it's just the way of the politics in Turkey. And this is something I really don't like about my culture, and the politicians manipulating the people to their will and to their benefit, but the people suffer, And Turkish people are very, very hot about it. Hot about it. Some subjects like soccer and politics is definitely one of them. So I suggest, as a side note, you don't argue with a Turkish person about politics. Anyway, what does newspaper get to do with the politics? You may ask. Actually, everything. I think it is like that in every part of the globe, but maybe more in Turkey, more in these kind of countries, I guess. Newspapers, which part of a medium like media, again sometimes has been a tool of manipulating people. Let me put it that way. I'm trying to be kind. Some newspapers are like opposing some governments, some newspapers like opposing others, and some newspapers are like booklets for the residing governments. So there are a lot of sides. So I'm not gonna pick one side, one kind of newspaper, or the other kinds, like I'm not gonna pick the ones I read. But what I'm gonna do, I will try to show you all the political sides, so you can pick and read whatever you like. So I have to say that there are different categories when it comes to politics. Let's first talk about these terms that I'm gonna talk about. Then I can categorize the newspaper according to these categories of the political categories. I'm sure it's gonna be clearer in a moment. So we have these kind of political categories. We can say populist. It's the same in English, populist. Solcu, leftist. It can be like central or the extreme. Sağcı, the right wing. Again, central or the extreme version. And muhafazakar. It's a long and a tough word. Muhafazakar, conservative. And we have ulusalcı, seküler. Ulusalcı, seküler, like secular nationalist. Okay. İslamcı, Islamic. This is the point of view, I'm not talking about religion here, it's just a point of view. And liberal in Turkish, liberal. Sosyal demokrat, social Democrat. And we have plain milliyetçi, milliyetçi, nationalist. And what else? Socialist, socialist. We have a category that is unique to Turkey, Atatürkçü. There is no word in English for that. There is no translation, but you can say Atatürkist, like the people who follow Atatürk in a certain way, okay? Kökten dinci, it literally means a religious person from the, from the, I don't know how to translate it literally, but it means like fundamentalist religious, something like that. And these are of course general terms, and there are nuances. Some terms can be together, some terms cannot be together. For example, you can be liberal and nationalist, or Islamic nationalist, or like conservative right wing, conservative nationalist. You can mix and match. I'm not a political science specialist, so I cannot actually talk about these differences, similarities, differences, nuances between them. So it's not our topic anyway. So just think these categories like general categorizations, not exact science, okay? So from this perspective, let's see our newspapers. We have different categories, as I said before. The first category should be populist, central, right-wing, okay? Populist, central, right-wing. What kind of newspapers under this category? We have Hürriyet gazetesi, okay? Milliyet gazetesi, Posta gazetesi, Takvim gazetesi, Güneş gazetesi, Akşam gazetesi, Türkiye gazetesi. Okay, we can put more here, but these are the general newspapers. And don't forget that these newspapers can be different things in different times of the history, but the categories is from today, from today's point of view, not like 50 years ago. Okay, so what is our second category? It should be secular, nationalist wing. Okay, so under this category we have Sözcü gazetesi, Yeni Çağ gazetesi, Korkusuz gazetesi, Yurt gazetesi. So we have another category, the third category. It is the left wing, more leftist, social democrat, like that kind of, and secular of course category. And under this we have Cumhuriyet gazetesi, Radikal gazetesi, Bir Gün gazetesi, Sol gazete. Okay, so another one, the fourth categorization is conservative wing. Okay, conservative wing. So we have Yeni Şafak gazetesi, Karar gazetesi, Milli gazete, Yeni Asya gazetesi. Okay, these are the main basic categories and the popular newspapers in Turkey. Of course, we have much more like small differences between these categories, and we have more newspapers in Turkey, but this was a brief explanation. Okay, these are like most common ones, but which ones from these lists are the top 5 in Turkey? So we have a chart It changes, as you can know, because these newspapers are daily and they have daily reports. But let's see, for example, a report from between 7th and 13th of March 2021. This is a circulation report. 7-13 Mart 2022 haftası tiraj raporu. Let's see. The first category is like Hürriyet, then comes Sabah, then comes Sözcü, then comes Milliyet, there comes Türkiye. Like the more central politics, like the more nationalist central, like right wing is like mostly read newspapers, not the conservatives or the leftist ones. And about the numbers, I have to say, there are some doubts about the real numbers. Some say these numbers are altered for different reasons, for like manipulated, and I'm not gonna go into that either. Anyway, but this is the list. So I will give you a link for these top 5. So they are free, you can read them online and practice your Turkish. And if you want to, learn more about Turkey, what's going on, but don't know enough Turkish to read from a Turkish newspaper, though I think you can check it out and learn some words and study Turkish newspapers, but you can read about Turkey in English as well. And we have some English versions of these sites. For example, Hürriyet gazetesi has, it's like www.hurriyetdailynews.com. And we have Sabah gazetesi, it's like dailysabah.com. We have Bir Gün gazetesi, it's like www.birgun.net /birgun daily. Okay, and we have Turkish press, and it is like turkishpress.com. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And we have Cumhuriyet, it's like egazete.cumhuriyet.com.tr. So of course you can check out the other newspapers and you may find the English versions or maybe Arabic versions, I don't know. And I think that's it. So I think this is all the information I can give you about newspapers. And if you are gonna read the newspapers, don't forget the politics sites I mentioned, and read the newspapers accordingly, because there's always a manipulation in the news. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please leave some comments. Do you have these kind of political manipulations in your country's newspapers? And have you ever read any of these newspapers? Was the Turkish hard or easy for you? And which one was your favorite if you read them? And remember, if you want to speak Turkish and learn in the fastest, easiest, and most fun way, go to turkishclass101.com, sign up for free lifetime account right now. I will see you next time. Görüşürüz. Hoşça kalın. Kendinize iyi bakın.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.
Welcome to turkishclass101.com. And nasılsınız? Ben Seda. İyi misiniz? Her şey yolunda mı? Hazır mısınız? Are you ready? Okay, I hope everybody is well, and this time today I will be talking about July in Turkey. We already talked about June, now it's time for July. First of all, let's learn the word July. It is Temmuz. Temmuz. Temmuz. Temmuz as a word may sound familiar to you, especially if you are from Middle Eastern area of the world. And according to the New World Encyclopedia, Babylonian and Assyrian god Dumuzi was known by a variety of names throughout the Middle East, including Hebrew Tammuz, Arabic Tammuz, Akkadian Duzu, and Sumerian Dumuzid. Tammuz, also known as Dumuzi, was the name of an ancient Near Eastern deity god who was best known for his patronage of herdsmen and his romantic partner entanglement with Inanna or Ishtar, the Sumerian goddess. So Turkish name for the month July is coming from this background, Temmuz. So what is really special going on about, in Temmuz in Turkey? And despite the, rich history, Temmuz is not a very active month in Turkey. So actually not much going on. All the schools are closed. A lot of people take their holidays in Temmuz, so it's a slow business season. And it's a very hot, very relaxed, very chillax month. And there's only one day of official vacation, and it's due to the 15th of July 2016 coup d'etat attempt. It happened in Turkey. In Turkish we call it 15 Temmuz darbe girişimi. And this was an attempt in Turkey against the state institutions, including the government and the president. So it's a very complicated and a political matter, and so I'm not gonna go and dive into this subject. If you are curious, you can search for it. But just know that due to this incident, 15th of July is now an official holiday, official Remembrance Day. So the schools and all the public places are closed. So the businesses are closed that day. And don't forget, I told this before in my June video, some years Ramadan and sacrifice holidays can be in Temmuz because of the religious holidays. Different calendar is followed. The dates change every year, so it can be also in Temmuz. And that's it for the special days of Temmuz. We have no other. Of course, there are some days, but we don't celebrate them. It's just like world's general days. Nobody knows about them. And let's talk about weather. What do you think? Is it cold in Turkey in Temmuz? No. No. How is the weather in Temmuz? I can say it's generally very hot, but let's look at the stats. Let's look at them a little bit closer, okay? Let's see, Marmara region. While the long-term average temperature of the region is July is like 23.8 degrees. In July 2021, it was 25.8, and the lowest temperature was 12.5 in Lüleburgaz, and highest was 4.3 in Uppsala. So a big difference. And Asian region, while the long-term average temperature of the region in July is 26.0, and in July 2001 it was 28.1 degrees, and the lowest temperature in the region is 10 degrees in Simao. The highest temperature was determined as 43.5 in Ödemiş. Again, it was a big difference, but don't forget, these are not at the same times. These are the lowest and the highest. And when you look at the Mediterranean region, while the long-term average temperature of the region in July was 26.7, it was 28.6 in July 2001. The lowest temperature in the region was 9.6 in Göksun, and the highest temperature was 44 degrees in Dalaman. And when it comes to Central Anatolia region, while the average temperature was like 22 degrees, it was 23.7 in July 2001. The lowest temperature is 6.6 in Kangal and Pınarbaşı, and the highest temperature is 41.6, and it was in Çankırı. And Black Sea region, while the long-term average temperature of the region in July is 22.2. In July 2001, it was 24.2. The lowest temperature in the region is 9.3, Kızılcahamam. The highest was 4.3, 42.4, and in Boyabat. And Eastern Anatolia region, while the average of the region for July for many years was 22.9, it was 24.6 in July 2021. As you can see, the average is getting higher because of the global warming. And lowest in the region was like 6.6 in Ardahan and Sarız, and the highest was 42.4 in Elazığ. And finally, the southeastern Anatolia region, while the long-term average temperature of the region in July was 30.9, it was 32.5 in July 2021. And the lowest temperature in the region was 5.2 in Batman. You can call it Batman. And the highest temperature was 49.1 in Cizre. And if you want more detail than this, or if you want to check out the weather, if you're going to visit Turkey, you should check the government site. I will share the link with you again here somewhere. Okay, it's the mgm.gov.tr. Okay, I think this was a very detailed weather information. So you know the average and the highest and the lowest, so you can decide accordingly. And there are not many things to talk about, but we have a poem called Temmuz by Hasan Hüseyin Korkmazgil. I will read it to you. It goes like this. Bir oğlum olacak. Adı Temmuz. Uykusuz, korkusuz. Beter mi? Beter. Ben beynimi satarak yaşıyorum. O benden de proleter. Okay, I will not give you the translation. It's very short, very simple words. You can just check out the dictionary and try to translate it. I think you can do it. It's a homework for you, okay? Go and try to translate and tell me, did you like it? Anyway, okay, about the vacations. I talk about vacation sites in general in our June video. You can check it out, Haziran video. And as I said, it's the same with Temmuz. A lot of people go on vacations in Turkey in Temmuz. It's a beach time. You go, you take your time, you swim, you enjoy the sea, you enjoy the Mediterranean or Aegean region. I talk about it. You don't go to Black Sea region for like swimming, just for hiking. And in this video, I talk about the vacation spots in our June video, but in this video, I will give you 3 specific cities or destinations for like beach holidays. The first one is Bodrum. Bodrum is a port city in Muğla province, and it's like southwest of Turkey. The city was called Halikarnassus in ancient times, and now it's one of the most famous summer holiday spots. And in Turkey, everywhere is an ancient city, so you can always find ancient spots to walk around as well. Anyway, the second one is Çeşme, and Çeşme is a coastal town of Izmir, one of the biggest cities in Turkey. It's a western city, and it's especially preferred by Turkish people as a summer holiday spot. And the third one is Antalya. Antalya is a southern city and one of the most populated cities in Turkey. It's a big city, but at the same time, it's a hit summer holiday spot, especially for foreigners, especially Russian people. There are a lot of, if you go to Antalya, you will see a lot of Russian people. They prefer to travel to Antalya. And I think that's it. There's nothing else to talk about Temmuz. So do you guys have any comments or questions? And have you ever visited Turkey in Temmuz? So if so, leave them below, okay? And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you want more content like this, click the link in the description and sign up for free at turkishclass101.com. I will see you next time. Görüşmek üzere. Hoşçakalın.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Turkish ebook before it's gone.